So I received this message, WhatsApp message from someone in Kenya. So the message is, dear Ikenna, greetings from Kenya. I've been following you on YouTube for some time now, and I must say I'm impressed by your expertise on everything Peugeot. I have a I have a Peugeot 406 with an EW7J4 engine that I bought a few months ago. Recently, I have had a problem with the cooling system. It's leaking water at a very unusual place. There is a hole near the last spark plug on the left side of the engine that appears to be rusted through. The car will turn on but switch off all the electrics. The car will turn on but switch off all the electrics before going off. I don't think if the leak is repairable, or should I plan for a new cylinder head. Um, I've used the car on less than 10 occasions, most of which we are going to the mechanic. Regards, Michael. And also said, I think the previous owner used water for a long time instead of coolant. Thank you, though. Waiting to hear from you. Okay, Mr. Michael, what I could say here, apart from this cooling system issue, I think you bought an abused Peugeot 406. I mean, if you bought a vehicle and start having this kind of issue, you know why I believe you bought an abused car is where you said the car will turn on but switch off all the electrics before going off. You know, so that has nothing to do with your engine cooling system issue. So you bought an abused car, and now you are trying to blame the vehicle by saying I've used the car on less than 10 occasions, most of which we are going to the mechanic. It has nothing to do with the vehicle. You bought an abused car. So I mean, there are a lot of people that buy Peugeot 406 and for years, they only visit mechanic workshop, mostly to do normal servicing, and then on few occasions just to repair or replace the usual wear and tear, or do preventative maintenance. So it's not like the 406 is not among the Peugeot cars that take you to mechanic every now and then. That I can tell you for sure. It's just not because of my own personal one, but I mean, I know a lot of people that use it. I mean, if you know Peugeot 406, I really don't need to waste energy on that. So anybody that's having issue with it is which either you bought an abused one or you abused yours. Okay, so going back to your question about where you said the water is leaking from the cylinder head. It said near the last plug on the left side. I don't know which one you are referring to, the left side, because most people they usually refer the right or the left wrongly. So the right side is if you are sitting inside the vehicle. Let's say you are sitting inside Peugeot 406 and you are behind the steering wheel, or you are sitting. Of course, you have to be sitting and facing the windscreen. So which one is your right hand and which one is your left hand? So as long as you are sitting forward, okay, I don't know, the right-handed people, I don't know how they call, which one they call right or left. So just if you are left-handed, if you are sitting facing the windscreen inside the vehicle, your left side is your left hand is pointing at the left side of the vehicle while your right hand is pointing. So I know Kenya is right hand drive. Their vehicle is right hand drive, factory drive position. So I don't know which one you are preferring as your left or right. Anyway, just to answer that generally, when a Peugeot, um, okay, I would say EW. In fact, it's not just EW engine. It's as far back as the 70s or 80s. There are things that Peugeot you will find on Peugeot cylinder heads that can pull out. I don't know the cause, but it can pull out and water will start gushing out from that. Um, but before I go to that, the two things that usually will start leaking water from the cylinder head is number one, your cylinder head gasket. If they are not, if the cylinder head is not torqued very well, as in tight enough, pressing the gasket on the engine block, if there's a small gap or anything, so water will flow in between the cylinder head and the engine block, so it will pass through the gasket and flow out of the, you see it flowing out from that space. That's number one. Number two is from the cylinder head itself. Depending on which engine or cylinder head model. For example, let me show you this one. Okay, so this is SNA1A. SN1A. This is SN1A engine. Your cylinder head. So you find this cylinder head, Peugeot 504, Peugeot 505. All those ones produced in the 80s, 90s, or thereabout. Probably 70, I don't know. I can't really say when they started producing this SN1A engine, but I know Peugeot 504 had it and the 505. So you can see this is one side of it. So you can see this piece I circled. That thing inside, let me see if I can zoom in. It looks like golden color. So that thing can pull out. So, and then water will start gushing to it. Or it can rust inside. That's if you are using like whatever that will make the system to rust. It could rust and crack, and the water start coming out from the middle or any part of it. Yeah. So I think I think that's the only on this cylinder head. This is the only place I think forgot it that has this thing. It looks like a cover. No, how to describe it. Then now, in your own case, you said it happened along some beside or somewhere around the spark plug. So in other words, you said the last spark plug. So it could be cylinder 1 or cylinder 4 spark plug, since you say EW7J4, so it's a 4-cylinder engine. So either cylinder 1 or cylinder 4, depending which one you are referring as, the left or right. So now you can see this space I circle. It's you can also see it on the other side. So they are in between. This is cylinder. Is this particular one I circled is in between cylinder 4 and the 3. It's in between cylinder 4 and the 3. Because this is the timing side, timing chamber side, suppose. So right, I hope I'm correct. No, it's not. I think so. Yeah, it's the timing side. It's the timing side. I hope so. Okay, so so this hole I circled, it has that type of thing on the other side. The SN1A cylinder head I showed you, just in here is smaller. Then even that this also has something like that one I showed you on SA1A engine on the EW7J4, EW10J4, and the rest, even ES engine, the V6. So they have it somewhere. Um, the cylinder head on the cylinder head, facing the timing chamber. Then also here you find it in between the spark plugs. I don't know, is it 2 or 3 holes? So if this is where the water, yeah, this place too can leak water. The thing, like I said, I don't really know what causes it. Uh, Probably an abuse on the cooling system, or I don't know. So if that thing breaks and water will start flowing out, yes, it will cause overheating, because of course water will be flowing out. As you are pouring it, will be flowing out, or once it start your engine, start coming out. So now question is, you are asking, can it be fixed? Over here in Nigeria, they do fix it. At least here in Abuja, I know there's this mechanic I used to work with. He has done it several times and it worked perfectly well. All the ones that he did on this thing, they never gave those vehicles issue anymore. It never happened. That's the way he does that. Um, he finds something and block that place. And if I will make it much better than the factory one, so, or the stock, as in whatever they put there from new. So what you put there will now make it say those places or anywhere is leaking from permanently. So you never have that problem again. So that I know for sure. You see it here, much cheaper, you know, than changing the cylinder head. So I don't know about your side. It's something you have to discuss with your mechanic. So if it cannot be done, or your mechanic doesn't know about it, or people don't do it in Kenya, then of course the solution will be to buy. The only solution you have, or option you have, will be to buy another cylinder head that is in good condition. So that's the only thing. So well, yeah, that's for me. That's the best way of dealing with it. Repair it like I told you. Do it here, or replace the cylinder head. So I think I've answered your question. There's nothing really here to talk about. As for why your car is going off, you have to go and find an electrical specialist in Peugeot to identify what is causing. You say when you switch on, um, you say when you turn on, when the car will turn on. I'm not sure I understand what you say there. Say the electric will go off. I don't, like I said, I don't really understand. But the water leaking from cylinder head has nothing to do with your car going off without you switching it off. Since it's not really even about overheating. Yeah, those things can cause overheating, those water leakage, but going off as you are starting it, it has nothing to do with it. So, okay, so I hope this helps.